This is track one of my Black album, and this is the first song. And I wanted to spread my message for today on this album. And the message for today is um, the type of people who are running our government and the type of people who are voting for the people who run our government. And based on that, we can determine the type of results we'll get and why we are getting these results that are not beneficial to certain classes or statuses of people. And I said in one of my last videos, I told the people about people who cheer and root for the other team when a big hit happened on the football field. And I told people all of this. And you got to understand, these are the same type of people who are voting for them politicians. These are the same type of people who are attending these football games and watching these violent sports. So it should come as no surprise that these type of people are intentionally passing policies to incite violence of some sort. And it seems as if the only way you can get into public office is if you're bashing someone. They call it debating, they call it, putting people's dirty laundry out there. But you getting violent and bashing them. And every time you turn on the TV, them politicians should be held to the same standards as sports athletes. Their constituents should hold them to the same standards that sports athletes are held to. If a sports athlete was to go on TV and say, talk bad about somebody, he may lose his endorsements. He may be fined by the league, even if it's outside of his official duty. But these people are doing this inside their official duty. And especially if a sports athlete was to do this inside his duty on the court, he'll definitely lose his endorsements, be fined, may even be suspended, may even be banned from the league. And this is what's going on. So the politicians should be held to them same standards. And I'm going to tell the people the type of people we deal with. So when you're dealing with these type of people, you see exactly what's going on, and you should not be surprised that we get no results. Because their agenda is not to give us results. Their agenda is to incite a type of violence out of people. So they, support agendas which drive people to be more violent and stuff. And it's similar to what's going on down on the border, the Mexican border. Thousands of people are coming seeking refuge, and they send troops and other people down there. And when you lock the border, these people just travel thousands of miles. You lock that door and deny them their right to be heard. Of course they're going to be angry, because now they got to turn back. And a lot of them people walked. Now they got to turn back around and walk 5,000 more miles in the other direction. So of course they're going to kick the gates. Naturally. Of course. Similar to a person who is wrongfully imprisoned. If he petitioned the court with a petition to habeas corpus and the court turned it down, of course he's going to be angry. Of course he is. Different people express their anger in different manners. Of course. And it may be expressed in a violent manner, especially when you got the person intentionally and just openly bashing them and dogging them and denying them rights, God-given rights. So this is what's going on. Now, the people ask, well, why is nothing being done? Why is nothing being done? They say you got more women in Congress than ever before. So an agenda for women rights should be passed easily, especially with Ivanka Trump in the White House. Ivanka Trump is going out all out, helping the women every way she can, and her dad is backing her. So you should have no problem passing nothing to help women. But why is none of this being done? Why is none of this materializing? Even when they say we passed this, we passed that, it seems as if they got trouble implementing it, because it's just nothing is materializing. Everything is staying the same. And this is why I say in the hard rain fell, and another day in the same life that we've been living. It's just another day in the now. After all the arguing, it should stop. Now, you got the people in the city, in the country, talking about, we want lower taxes and all of this. But even the people that's in positions squander the resources that they're given. Why do they squander it? Because a lot of them are following traditions of those before them. And they can't think on their damn own or innovate. So they just follow the trends that were set before them. And it goes with spending practices. It even go with their debates, the type of debates that they had, the type of topics they talk about. You can see it everywhere, So they do that. And this is why a lot of stuff don't get done. This is why a lot of shit stay the same. And a lot of people become violent. And as I said before, nobody's addressing the real issue on life imprisonment sentences. They're not addressing the real issues on the mental health issues. They're not addressing the underlying issue with crime, recidivism, unconstitutional sentences, corruption. They ain't addressing shit. You know what I'm saying? And this was going on. But they don't have to address those issues because the ones who vote for them don't care about those issues. If you see what they talk about, they're only talking about what the ones who vote for them, who fill in them coffers, care about. You could ask the nigga in prison and his family with life sentences. The poor black mother ain't got a job, father ain't got a job. You can ask them whether or not they give a fuck about GM closing down in Lordstown. They're going to say no, because that don't affect me. But that politician that's backed by that union go speak about that, because that affect those who voted for him and filling his coffers. That little broke ass nigga can't determine whether or not he win re-election or not, but that big ass union can. So will he go advocate and will he go speak about that union? And that nigga ain't gonna get no airtime. This is the psychology of those who are elected, whether they're conscious of it or not. Now you have to think about the ones who are voting them into power. A lot of the ones who are voting them into power probably never did real hard time in prison. They ain't going through the shit. They probably ain't got people with life sentences sitting in prison. They never been on the inside. They just been with the inside crowd. And they probably friends with people who commit civil rights violations on an everyday basis. So these are the people that's voting for them politicians. That's why ain't shit getting done. So now when you see it, you know what's going on. They all are similarly minded. None of them care about the widow, the orphan, the ones who can't protect themselves. They only care about their own personal agenda. Because their whole political campaign is full of shit. And everything they talk about is bullshit. I don't have to get in the ring and bust you upside your head and talk down on you and put all your dirty laundry out there to beat you in a political campaign. I could beat you just by supporting, protecting, upholding the Constitution. Because I could beat you with reason. I don't have to do that shit. Because that's not my style. I don't have to let public opinion judge you. That's one of the 48 laws of power that they play, and they subconsciously play this shit. But I don't have to play those games. I could beat you just by being me, helping people. You know, but everybody can't do that. But when you see it, you would know, like, this is what the fuck he was talking about. You should see the people. Whenever they say something bad about Donald Trump, like, Donald Trump, piece of shit. That's bad shit. That's busting him upside his head. That's punching him. That's stabbing him. That's shooting him. That's hitting that man. That's attacking him. That's a violent act. No matter how you slice it. You know what I mean? That's a violent act. So when the crowd go crazy, when they see that act or hear those words, that show you the content of their character. The crowd ain't shit. So who is they appealing to? They're appealing to the people that think just like that like that violent shit. And that's what's going on. You know? That's the only thing that's going on. That's similar to what I said in one of my last videos when I said people make music for certain people. When you make rap music, you make rap music for a nigga who got ear for rap music, or people who got ear for rap music. When you make pop music, you make pop music for people who got an ear for pop music. When you make R&B, same thing. When you make country, same thing. And that's what the fuck going on. So when they spit that shit at them podiums, nigga, that's what they making that shit for, them violent type motherfuckers. That's why the crowd go crazy. Even the women go crazy when they hear that shit. Yeah! You shouldn't go crazy because somebody say something negative about somebody else. But that paint a picture for the kids that it's okay to do this shit. It's okay to do it, whether they subliminally put in the kids' head, because the politicians do it. The ones we look up to and respect do it. The ones running our government do it. So why can't we talk to somebody like this? Which is a form of bullying. Which is a form of bullying. We don't have to do that to win. We win through truth and facts. We don't have to win through violence. Now, it's truth and it's a fact that I'll whoop your ass, but I don't have to take it that route and win. I can win through truth and facts. Other types of truth and facts, you know what I mean? But that's what I had to say for the people today. And this is just track one. Just pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.